What's up, y'all? You found us at Hopped Up Beer Review again. Today, we are drinking Jetro. It's an IPA from Double Nickel Brewing Company out of Pennsauken, New Jersey. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that feedback. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
We're going to have Jetro. Not to be confused with Jethro, but it's Jetro. Out of Double Nickel Brewing Company.
No age.
No age. Yeah. Jetro.
No age.
You know, in the South, some of us might be confused things like Jethro, but I'm thirsty. Let's drink.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to throw the H in there.
Yeah. There's potential for a little talk back.
Talk back.
So, yeah, just a little.
What does that mean?
I got a little spewage.
I do not care to discuss.
Okay.
You have a different can, Ben?
No.
He shouldn't.
Oh, look. Oh, Andy did not coordinate.
Boo this Andy. Boo this attic.
So sad.
I don't care what y'all think.
We know.
Cheers, mates.
You should know by now.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
This is a fun little gem. Right off the bat.
That's a different flavor. I wasn't expecting quite that. Tell us about it, Andy. As you said, this was a juicy.
It's a hazy IPA, and they say that it is heavily oated, and it is double dry hopped with Galaxy and Azaka. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Nobody's ever told me the correct pronunciation of AZACA. I think it's Azaka. They say it has notes of apricot and passion fruit.
Yeah, I think that flavor that I'm picking up is this apricot. I was thinking grapefruit, like the flesh, but not the peel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
no, it's more. It definitely has the apricot. I don't get the passion fruit though. Ben, do you get the passion fruit?
I don't know if I've ever said this about a beer, but it's got a little pizzazz to it. I mean, it's like, ooh, it's like
don't do it, man. Just don't.
Oh, Ben, bring out those spirit fingers.
No.
Come on, Ben.
No. Don't. No
2 out of 3 want to see it. 2 out of 3 want to see it.
No. Don't bring out the T word.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm with you, Jay.
There is nothing like that. I thought you didn't want to see his spirit fingers because of it.
No spirit fingers.
This is 5.6%. Yeah. Oh no, excuse me, 6.8%. 6.8. The can says 6.8. Online it said 5.6. Confused now. We'll go with the can.
You always go with the can.
Yeah. That's all the information I have on the beer.
Not a lot then, huh?
On to the brewery. Double Nickel Brewing Company out of Pennsauken, New Jersey. Do you know where Pennsauken is?
I was about to ask, actually. Where is Pennsauken?
It's on, so it's right across the river from Philadelphia. So Pennsylvania, New Jersey border each other. What is that, the Delaware River? I'm trying to remember the name of the river. So a river divides the two. Pennsauken is, of course, east of Philadelphia in New Jersey. It was founded in 2015. It's a microbrewery. So the name Double Nickel, it is not the amount of points that Michael Jordan put up against the New York Knicks in the playoffs back in the 90s. Not that. It is it's inspired by CB radio term. So, CBs that the truck drivers. So the brewery is in a location near a bridge that links Philadelphia to Pennsauken. And the truckers would make the double nickel reference, as it used to cost a nickel toll to travel both ways. So, if you had to deliver and then come back, it would cost you a double nickel toll.
Interesting.
That's cool.
So that's because that was a big term that the truckers used to go in and out, depending on which direction you were going. This toll's a double nickel, to do your route.
Yeah, I never would have guessed anything like that. I would have thought maybe
that's like
somebody
what's
was
the number 55 got to do with it?
Yeah, I was gonna think somebody was 55 when they started a brewery, or had been around since 1955, or maybe there was 55th Street. It's not going to be I-55 because that's right by you guys, but
lamest drive there is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So did you visit the brewery when you were up there? You were in the area, right?
No, I just went to
Just picked it up.
Bottle shop, beer store, and I was what's local, so, and the can art was the first thing that stood out. It's
unique.
The swirls, and I wanted to get, different types of beer from the area. So
yeah, and it's to me. It's cool. As somebody that used to live in New Jersey, it's like I feel like I should know more about where some of these places are.
But you lived in a different part.
Completely different. Yeah.
Like you did, like your traveling technically was not around Jersey. You just went to New York and back.
Yeah. And I only lived there for 3 months. So, so, yeah. Long enough to have to file taxes, Yeah. Of course.
Long enough to you're like, do we want to raise a kid here?
Yeah, maybe it's time to come home.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say nobody's had this one here in the group, right?
That was a bold statement. Yes.
Was. I mean, I do, make those from time to time here on the show. That being one of them. Yes. All right, Andy, what do you think?
I guess from my first response to sipping the beer, you figured I liked it. You can cough. Do you need to cough again? You're good.
Trying to,
get it out. I do like it. It's a really good IPA, and I like the little surprises when you try a new IPA and it's like unlike something you've had before. And I don't know if it's that flavorful, like I said, pizzazz. I can't describe that. Whatever, the apricot, that fruity, mild fruitiness to it, but it's not like a sour or lambic fruity. It's just a hint of it, but with a nice little effervescent, just, additive to, I don't know. The words cannot describe it. I mean, it's not like the best beer I've ever had, but it's more than just your basic hazy IPA, and I very much appreciate it. I'm glad I got another one to drink. This is an 8.5 for me. Really good one. Yeah, I'm going there.
Wow. All right, I'll jump in there and go next. So yeah, I'm going to agree with a lot of what you said, probably other than the score, but I think it's fun, and I think it's, you definitely. I mean, gosh, we're getting close to 300 shows here, 300 different beers.
Haven't we surpassed 300 by now?
I probably don't really count the advent calendars, at least this year, because we've done some of those twice, right?
Multiples.
But probably around 300 different beers that we've reviewed, which, man, gosh, if you'd have told us 2 years ago that we would be doing this and, still doing this now, almost 2 years later, it's fun. Anyway, I think this is the kind of stuff, though, what I'm getting at is that when you have it, it's interesting enough because it's, like you said, it's different than what you expect. We've got a hazy IPA here. At no point did I expect to get that, apricot flavor, and it's just a twist. It's just a little bit different, and it makes it fun. And it's, I think, ultimately why I enjoy us doing the show and just talking about this kind of stuff, because if I pick this up and I have it and I'm out alone, I'm not probably going to think about it as much, right? I'm just going to drink it and, yeah, I like that. But, us talking about it, thinking about it is a lot of fun. So now I'm going to shut up and actually finish out here.
That's it. I give it a 4.
Exactly. 4 is my score. Yeah. The other thing I did want to mention, though, is after you mentioned the apricot, it kind of made me think of, like, when you get like the dried fruit, and you have the apricot pieces of dried fruit, right? When they're dried, some of the flavor is gone. I'm not saying it's quite that strong, but I mean, that is what I'm led towards with this beer, is you get a little bit of that apricot and almost like a dried fruit, dried apricot flavor. So all that said, for a hazy IPA, this one's fun. You see it, you definitely got to try it. I really like it. I'm going to give it an 8 because it's good. It's fun.
Oh, good for you.
And I like it. I'd love to have, I might come up and steal the one you have. If it's gone, where it went.
Sure to put it in the vault. I did want to say one thing. You probably won't be able to see it on the can art, but they hide a little Liberty Bell in there.
Yeah, I was going to mention it when I was
ring the bell, and then they've got the. This is, I use, I don't know. Y'all probably recognize this little symbol. This is me. I do this. I don't do thumbs up. I do this all the time on, like, emojis on texting and all. That's like aloha. That's the international sign. That's like hello, goodbye, cool, see ya.
See, I saw a Mickey hand. That's what I saw.
You're one of those unusual
individuals.
Disney fools. Did Mickey?
Jay, what do you think?
That hand?
What?
Did Mickey ever make that hand? Does Mickey also have 5 fingers?
No.
See, boom.
Are we done on our Disney Channel?
Why did I know that? Dang it! I'm a Disney person. I didn't know that. I didn't realize I was.
Welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review.
Yes.
Ben's like, it's a hidden Mickey. There's hidden Mickeys all over. Look at these ears.
Yes, I was glad you pointed out the ring the bell, because I was going to mention that if you didn't. I thought it was really cool. I do. This is, I think you guys both hit it. It's not what I expected when I opened it and took that first sip. It's completely different. And I really think there's 2 things that contribute to that. The double dry hopped, which we've found a lot more that are doing that these days. And that seems to cut down, I guess, a little bit on some of the bitters. But I think the Azaka, we haven't had many with Azaka in them. And I wonder if that, in the combination with the Galaxy, give it that, apricot flavor and cut down the bitter and make it really pretty easy drinking. To me, if you handed me this beer and told me it's a hazy IPA, I'd say yeah, maybe just from the color, but the taste, not so much. Right offhand, I really like it, and I agree with you guys. I mean, I'm gonna give it an 8. It's a good beer, easy drinking. I'd love to have more of it, and maybe we'll get more, but it's not something I would necessarily put in that hazy New England IPA category right offhand. This would be like Ben's mentioned and a couple others. This would be a great intro IPA if somebody wanted one, because it's not bitter and it's easier to drink. So if you want to have an introduction to IPAs, this is a good one for it.
I think your Galaxy hops, you see them in a lot of regular pale ales and standard, just a regular American pales or American IPAs. And I think you said it correctly. I think it's the difference is the dry hopping and using the Azaga.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say heavily oated, I'm wondering if that contributes to the haze, to help make it a hazy IPA. But it is a unique beer.
And I do find it interesting. Like, so this can, it says it's 6.8%. So obviously this was a certain year that they brewed it, right? So likely this year, hopefully, given that's what we have. But when you look on Untapped, it shows 5.6. So there's a vast variation in the ABV that they've had on these.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of thrown off. Yeah, it did not say on the can. Oh,
I didn't see anything.
It does say canned on. So this is right now it's just over 8 months old.
Yeah.
So, because I picked it up
June
5 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only lingering question I have is, again, because we all kind of looked at this and read it as something else. Would it be better with the H in it? If it was Jetro, would that bring the score? Would that make it a Wall of Fame beer? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. It's not. So
it's right on the edge.
All right, that is going to be an 8.2 for the Jetro, where they left out the H. I don't know where that is. Again, out of New Jersey.
Double nickel.
Double nickel. Definitely a great beer. We think you should try. If you find this one in all the circles, you got to go pick it up. Give it a shot. If you've had it, let us know what you think down in the comments. So definitely appreciate you checking out this video. I think we've all enjoyed this one today. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. Check us out on all the social medias down below in the description. And come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It is a chat room, and the three of us are there as well as the others who have joined us there. As long
as the others are there.
Yeah, the others may leave. I don't know. So you need to come join us too.
He's driving away.
Yeah. Well, if you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Jay is showing some off there. Definitely, life is not complete unless you have a Hopped Up Beer Review.
Life is
buy
crap.
a glass.
Buy a glass.
That's right. All this crap made in China is definitely what your life needs to be complete. Probably not. But if you have any interest, it is there for the taking. With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, I have been. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
I think the H was silent and it was at the end. They just dropped it. Yeah.
It's got some nice flocculence on the end.
Jetro.
Oh.